Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? So I figured we talk. I did a question in a video, I think it was yesterday, asking people to comment on video ideas, that they'd like to see. Oh shit, sorry guys. And one person said that he never seen me do an EDC video of what my actual EDC is. So I figured we would do a little bit of that in this video. We are going to talk about a bunch of different things. But I am going to go through some of my EDC. I know this isn't what he expected. Maybe I'll put together a full video. And I actually do have some, by the way. I do have those videos. I go all the way down to the pants I wear, to everything. But it's been a little while since I've done it, so we're just gonna do it live. I actually started recording a video earlier, and it wound up being like over 20 minutes, and I hadn't even thrown in B-roll or edited or done anything yet. So I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work out for today, at least. So figured I'd just go live and do it. So the cut, what happened? What happened was this is the finger I have nerve damage in, so I can't feel the tip of it, like at least half of it. So like I can feel this side of it, but I can't feel this side of it, and I can't feel the tip. So what happened was when I had the 8010, it went down and it hit my finger, but it started cutting through my finger, and I didn't feel it until it went past the part of me not being able to feel. So it went around this way and just like clipped around the tip of my finger. I mean, it's pretty bad, but I mean, I just taped it up. I'm not worried about it. It'll close up. Like I said, I can't fucking feel the finger anyway, so it doesn't matter. But the thing is, though, is it actually hurts now. I couldn't feel it before, but now I can fucking feel it. So it kind of sucks that now, it hurts, but whatever. Play with knives, you're gonna get cut. This, I open up the video with the Goblin XL. Awesome knife. Now, a couple things I want to talk about. One, the knife design. It's going to be dropping way sooner than I ever could have imagined or asked for. It's actually going to be dropping early September, like September 1st. Technically, I think it'll be done before that, but that's the date we'll be shipping them out. It's like September 1st, right around there. So what TKELL is going to do is open up pre-orders. So you'll get an opportunity to, because if you want a double edge, you can pick it, things like that. The pre-orders will open up October 1st, but this isn't a pre-order like normal pre-orders where you have to wait. Like this is a pre-order where you're basically just picking a spot and making sure you get one, and within like 30 days they'll be shipped out to you. So anyways, really excited about it. I should be getting the final version really soon, so that I could show you guys it. Hopefully that's before October 1st. Actually, it should be before the 1st. So we'll see though. I'm really pumped about it though, man. As my first knife design. Now there's one fucking issue, and that is the name. As bad as I want to call it the Felon, it's going to be the FLN. And the reason why is because for insurance reasons and stuff like that, like he's getting a lot of pushback on it. And, I don't want to hurt, him or his business or insurance over, this whole operation. So it's going to be the FLN, and everybody will know it still is the Felon. Maybe in the future, I'll come out with another design from a company that just doesn't give a shit. So that'll be awesome. Maybe the Felon 2 or something. But at least it'll still be called that. It's just, it's not going to have the name on it. But anyways, I'm really excited about, like I said, October 1st. The thing's nasty, man. It is nasty cool. And for anybody that wants a nice concealable self-defense knife that's 100% USA made and is going to do extreme damage with very little effort. And the thing is, though, is that if you're in certain states, you're not going to want to get double-edged. I get it, right? Because like California, you can't have it if it's double-edged. As long as, it should be legal everywhere, as long as it's not double-edged. But if you do get it double-edged, yeah, you're depending on where you're at. But when it's double-edged, the beautiful thing about being double-edged is, say if you have to grab it non-dominant hand, right? Say if you're right-handed like I am, and you have to grab it with your non-dominant hand, you can go downward, upward, or punch, right? With this hand. If you take that secondary edge off, you can't no more. Now you can only punch and swipe up. Not obviously that's still going to do a crazy amount of damage, but I'm just saying that's the one little downfall. And then if you are in your dominant grip, you can swipe and swipe backwards too. So you can do both. For the most part, people don't really swipe backwards too much. And you're very weak when you do. And honestly, in your dominant hand, I don't really recommend people swiping backwards. The reason why is because like the one time when I got attacked by a knife, that's how I got it from the guy was because he was slashing like that, and when he went this way, when he went to come back, I jumped in and I grabbed his arm and I started spinning him, and I got him on the ground. But the point is though is that you leave yourself open when you do shit like that, right? Because every time you swing, once this thing's passed, now I'm open. Once I go this way, now I'm open. So you want to keep everything nice and tight, if you're ever going to use it. But more of a reservation than right. It's like basically you're getting on the books. Basically, you're just making sure you get one. You're partnering with two of the finest humans making knives. Thank you, John. I do appreciate that. Take some of my money. Thank you, Ryan. I greatly appreciate. I appreciate all the support. Whoever gets it, it's obviously definitely gonna help us in the channel and everything. And it's just exciting period. Being the first one and everything. Obviously I can't wait to get into folders and stuff like that, and I'm definitely gonna do that. But yeah, this is awesome. This is really awesome. My finger is numb where I have no feeling from stabbing it a month ago. Well, I don't know if you're making fun of me right now, but that's exactly how I got my finger numb too. I got stabbed in the hand and it struck a nerve. So it got stabbed here. And which is crazy is like, I can see my stab wound there, but I can't see my stab wound there. Anyways, it messed up the nerve. I got my Sage 5 and a Chaparral coming soon. Awesome knives. Awesome knives. That Chaparral is slicey. I can't say much about Jared. I let a bush axe get away from me, and it took 37 stitches to sew my finger back up. That's a good one. 37 for a finger. Ooh, you almost lost that sucker. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. It must have went around and long. Wow. Can't tag gang or I'll look like Jared's finger, except no, that's what I have going on. Oh yeah, you did the same thing. Yeah, that's the thing is people don't realize, man, there's so many nerves in your hand. That's why there's so many, like the same thing with your feet, right? Like when I had to get my foot stitched up, that's why it was like some of the worst pain was because there's so many nerves. Your hand is the same way. That's why people say like getting their hand tattooed is so painful. Well, when you get stabbed in the hand, it's almost like getting electrocuted. That's what you feel like because you're going to hit a nerve, or at least most likely. And when you do hit the nerve, it's going to go to somewhere else. And because that nerve is going to somewhere. So wherever it goes, it's going to, mess up. Just like even like the nerve damage I have in my face. When I go like this, I feel it in my lip right here, like down my nose. It used to, when I used to touch my face, it used to make me tickle my nose. Because when I got shot with that potato cannon, it shattered my face, and I had a bunch of nerve damage. You'll eventually get your feeling back. It took me several years though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I thought I was gonna with my finger, but it hasn't. Like not even a little bit. Like I was thinking like over a month or so it would, but it hasn't even a little bit. It stayed the exact same so far. Like with my foot, my nerves have mostly come back, but they took a very long time. I don't know how long it's been, but I'd still numb in some areas, like if I stab it, but I have most of my feeling back, which that one I didn't think I was gonna, because it literally made my whole fucking foot or the whole bottom of my foot numb, at least most of it. I had a Swiss Army knife close onto my finger when I was a kid. I cut through the knuckle. I seen bone. Yeah, I've definitely seen bone a few times. I've got one asshole toe I wouldn't mind getting rid of sometimes. So before we get into other stuff, first off, what am I carrying today? So right now I'm actually carrying the off-grid knife Scorpion. That's why I put it in the thumbnail. I stole that picture from their site. I do have them linked down in the description. But man, this knife is just so great, man. It really is. This is a badass knife. It is so badass. Not only the action, like this thing kicks. I mean, you can't. It's like, I mean, sure, I can fail it if I really tried or if I cheated, but man, it doesn't take anything for that thing to rock it open. And then you have this gorgeous blade shape. This blade shape works for everything. The ergonomics, just a hand melting. It is a great example of what a premium knife should be. And it's like $212 or something like that. And it's not bad. You're getting M390. I believe it's Best Tech's M390. I think they're doing it at 61, 60, 61, if I remember correctly, or something like that. But with the ergos, the blade shape, the grind, it's even the clip, down to the clip. The clip works great. Everything works great on this. The one thing I would love to see is the plunge grind be better, but can't ask for everything. It's a beautiful knife, and damn it, does it work. If you get one in hand, you realize pretty quickly. Also, if you have it, just like any great knife, over time, you know, like you'll know right away, oh man, that's a good one. But over time, you really realize how great a knife is after you've been using it and carrying it, and you know, all the good stuff. Worst I've done recently is scoop out my thumb with a hook knife for carving spoons. Ooh, why I wear cut proof gloves now when carving. Yeah, that's tough. Um, yeah, that's tough for sure. Ooh. um, so what do I actually carry for EDC? I'm gonna try to get through it pretty quickly, and you guys can join along and say the things you guys carry too. So first off, obviously knives, and you know we'll go back to knives here in a minute, but obviously knives I rotate, right? I rotate them out. You know, I carry what I show on the channel. Not everything I show on the channel, but the things I really like, I definitely carry. And so I rotate them out, and you know, some of the ones, especially like if I'm gonna wind up doing a full review, I carry them more. But I have like specific knives that I rotate out a lot, and they're usually, you know, good ones. Now I have specific knives that like I go jogging with and stuff, like my cubit. I love this thing. It's like the best workout knife. Same thing with the Hogue Deca. I love the Hogue Deca for that same reason. But you know, like I said, I swap out knives constantly, so there's nothing I really carry only. Now in my bag, I always have usually a spider coat, and I'll explain why in a second. But before we get to that, watches. Let's talk about watches. So I have three main watches I carry. I have four technically, but these are the three I wear. Now this one I only wear to track steps and calories and shit, and I wear it on my walks. That's it. I don't even have the time set on it because I don't really care about that. When I go for walks, you can see right there how many I got on my last walk, if it'll focus. But anyways, it tells you all the details. So then I can go and see every day, you know, how many, because you can see like right here, like every day, how many steps I got. You can see 16,000 right there, 11,000. This day I forgot to wear it. And then that other day I didn't wear it for one of the walks. So I get in so many steps a day, and that's why I like that one. And it's indestructible. It's like fucking super tough because that's what it's made for. It's made for construction and stuff, so I can beat the shit out of it and not have to worry about it. And it is kind of cool. You can have different faces and stuff. You know, like I can go like this and I can pick a different face. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, they're not expensive though. I got a vintage Orient that I actually like a lot. I've had this for quite a while, but it's super minimal, super light, just compact and simple. I love that. And then I have a Movado. Now I know Movado can be overpriced in many cases. Uh, as for what you're getting, this is a pretty nice one, and I got it for like half off. So I actually got a great deal on it. And I've always liked Movados. Back in the day, I had a few of them. So you know, kind of got me liking them. I used to love the style of them with if you don't know, Movados always have that one little spot right there, and I used to love the plain blacked out look with that one, you know, gem or cap or whatever. Um, as far as other things though, as far as my pockets go, I don't carry much in my pockets. I really don't. I carry my wallet, which is from Exter. So my Exter wallet has, where's it at? It has a trigger right here. So I can click out my cards. And I really like that because it makes it to where if I'm like in line or once I get up to the thing, I can just click it and my cards pop out in order and I can pick exactly which one I want. I like that. Now, I also have an Andar wallet that I will swap out to sometimes if I want to go like really minimal. And this one has a card pull. So you just pull it and the cards pop up, which is another great one, but it's super slim, nice leather. I do want to get an all USA made wallet. I've been looking at Rose Anvil, his wallets, but they don't have the card thing. But anyways, Extra's pretty cool, man. These are super solid, but because they have this mechanism, it's mechanical, while this one's not. That's how it stays so much slimmer. Anyways, but other than that, though, I carry my jewels in my pocket. I'll carry some headphones sometimes, and my wallet, and then a knife, and that's it. Because everything is always going to be in my bag. That's what I carry everything else in. Now, if I'm going anywhere, I bring my backpack, and my backpack is from Swiss Gear. It's really well built. This is super solid. I like it quite a bit. It's got the cord right here, so you know if you got extra weight in there. I have a first aid kit in here. Always carry a first aid kit. And one thing with first aid kits, I gotta say, don't cheap out on those. That is the one place you don't want to cheap out on. And let me explain why, because I have done that. Let's say a trauma kit. You get a trauma kit. Say if it's $30, it comes with everything you need in there. It comes with everything you need, but everything is like a toy. And I mean, like it is they're so cheap. I'm gonna get to the flashlights. Yeah, I got a lot of flashlights. Yeah, fuck, I got a lot of them sitting around me right now. But with first aid kits though, the cheaper you go, I mean, it gets real cheap. Like the band-aids hardly work. They're not even the right size. They're tiny. They're not sticky. They just don't fucking work. Everything is cheap. The scissors they don't cut. Like they're just dull. So don't cheap out on a first aid kit or a trauma kit. Just spend the extra money. It's just like knives, right? It's better, and I'm not saying you have to spend $300 on a knife, but it's better to spend $50 on a knife than spend $5 on a knife, right? I think we all can agree with that. You get a lot more for your money for the 50 bones than $5. So spend the extra money and get a good one. Now, the most important thing in this bag, actually, before we get to the most important thing, the Spyderco. Why do I carry a Spyderco in here? So which one do I have in here? Right now I have a PM2 in crew wear. Now, why do I have this in here? I have this in here, and it's not for what you think. You guys are probably thinking, oh, just in case for an extra knife. No, not really. It's more because if I'm out and about and I'm talking about my sharpening and somebody wants to see one of my edges, I want to make sure I have a knife that has my edge on it so I can show it off. And this one takes such a nasty sharp edge. It's got a beautiful mirror polished edge on there. So I carry a knife that always has my edge on it. Now it doesn't necessarily have to be a Spyderco, but Spyderco steels are so good that I'm pretty much guaranteed to get a really nasty good edge on there. So like somebody was saying earlier, they're sharpening K390 right now. I know that shit came out good. I always carry a fragrance in my bag. I have two right now. These are just spares. This one's Versace Dylan Blue, and this one is Armani Absolute. I think Stronger with You Intensely. Really good. I think that was one of the ones I talked about earlier. We have some fragrances to talk about here in a minute though. And then I carry my Hanks, and just like other little odds and ends, pens, maybe a flashlight or two. Like here right now in this pocket, I got a Through Night and a Ravivan. right? This, I like the Ravivans because they're super compact. They're tiny, but man, they're fucking bright. Like 650 lumens, and they're cheap. This one's a titanium one, though. These Through Nights are really good, too. And they're both rechargeable, so I can always recharge them. You know, I carry lens wipes or knife wipes, you know, because I'm always having to wipe lenses or knives. Now, the most important part of this bag, everybody should have one of these in their bag. And if you don't, you should have one in your truck, your car, something. And that is an electronics pouch. So in this is everything. I have used this so much, even when I don't need it, other people do. Like some people will be like, hey, I need to charge my phone. And it's like, I got you, because I have every type of charging cord in here. You can get the charging cords that have every cord attachment. So it's like one cord with 3 heads on it or whatever, 3 or 4 heads. So it makes it to where you can do iPhones, Androids, the old ones. Like it just makes it to where you can charge anything. You can charge 3 things at once. I also have those too. Ones where it's the 3 of the same ones, so you can charge 3 of the exact same devices all at once. I got battery packs in here. I got flashlights in here, and I even, or maybe it's not in this one. Is it in there? I think I even have knives in here. Yeah. I even got a couple knives for giveaways. So I might run into family, and my family, you know, they usually ask for a knife. Sometimes they want to buy one. And you know, my family, a lot of my family, you know, they don't use credit cards, you know, they pay cash for things. So, you know, they're not going to order one off a line. So, you know, it makes sure I just sell it to them or give it to them. I usually give it to them. I don't really sell them shit, but you know, I could. Somebody bitched at me one time when I went to a family thing because I brought a pack of knives, but they were all knives I could not give away or sell. And he was like, he's like, man, you're supposed to be the knife guy. Like you came with all these knives and you didn't even bring any to sell your family or give your, you know, sell or give to your family. I was like, yeah, you're right. But I have 2 flashlights in here too. I have this one, and then I got another little Ravivan, and a lighter. And then this is a 2 battery packs. I got like one I could hand to somebody, and then a bigger one right here. Now I also have a giant one in here too. And then this is a charging wire that can charge multiple things. Here's another flashlight, and then another multi-cord. Now on the other side is tons of cord. So I'm not even going to open it up. I'll open it up. But you can just take a peek. It's all cords. So it's all different types of cords, different lengths for different purposes. But this is such a savior. Now, with this bag, I have a big battery pack back here. So this I can plug in to the back of it. And then I can take one of those cords out of my electronics bag and plug it in right here. So now I can actually have it and have something charging without opening up my bag. So that's really cool. And then, you know, I'll carry extra clothes. I always try to have an extra pair of boxers, extra something to put on my pants and a shirt, because every time something will happen. Something will happen. I'll get wet. I'll get soaked, get dirty as shit. And I need to change, but I can't. So, you know, like say if you get wet and it's winter, you don't want to be walking home in the fucking winter wet, right? So, and I've had that happen to me. That's why I'm saying that. And I've had every situation happen to me. So I try to be prepared with extra socks, extra underwear, extra pants, extra shirt, things like that, just so that if something happens, I can throw something on, or somebody else, right? I can give it to them. Christian, thank you for the 10 bones. Grip 6 wallet, bro. VOSTEED is shipping Thunderbirds again. Got mine today. Hell yeah. The Grip 6 wallet. I need to check that out. Hell yeah. They're doing the Thunderbirds again. That's badass. I didn't think they were going to come out with them again. I also have another little like first aid thing right here. I haven't even opened it. It's just a little pack. It's sealed up. Like just a little another just in case measures. You know, and I got a couple more odds and ends in there. But I have pens, you know, I got like a bit driver and shit, but sometimes I carry my field sharpener in there because that can be very handy when you're going places. But you know, I obviously, just like everybody, you change things out in your bag. There's certain things you carry at certain times depending on what you're doing, but those things are always in there. So, you know, We are now family, Jared. I'll send you my address. All right. Um, what else? What else? Boots and shoes. So I have different shoes. I try to make my footwear USA made if possible, or at least Mexico made. So I have a pair of tennis shoes right now that are made in Mexico from Thursday. And then I have a couple that are made in China too. Like I got some Under Armours for jogging and stuff. Um, and then I have Thursday Chelsea boots. I got some Red Wing Iron Rangers. I really like boots, but you know, I got a few pairs of I got a pair of Vans, some other shoes. Uh I guess I got some high top shoes. What else do I carry? Um like obviously like if I'm going to do certain things, I'm carrying camera equipment and stuff, but as far as like just going out like day to day, like if I'm gonna run to the gas station or whatever, I don't carry that much. I'm an actual minimalist. Aside from my bag, like if I'm carrying my bag, then I got everything. But as far as like just what's in my pockets, if I'm just like on the go without my bag, which isn't often, but if I am, I literally just have, as little stuff on me as possible. Uh, but yeah, and you know, it makes it to where I'm not weighing down my pockets. The things that are in my pockets I can get to easily and quickly, which I also like to do. I hate, and I used to do this, where you have to almost take everything out of your pocket to find the one thing. Fuck that. Jared, time to party. I called that one my oopsie kit. Damn, no wonder why you work out. That bag got your house in it. Yeah, but you know what though? I don't drive, so I want to drive. Like I just got to go get my license back. But since I don't have my shit right now, I travel with Uber and stuff. So when you're Ubering and you don't have a car, you don't have things. You can't put stuff in your trunk and stuff. If I had the car, I'd just leave that in my car. Soon. Thank you, Todd. Yes, Neevesknives store. Just so you guys know, because people ask me all the time about sharpening stones and stuff. Everything is always in the Neevesknives store as far as sharpening supplies, the things I recommend, the things I use. And then now we have HAPSTONE down there too, that has some stuff as well. Let's see what you guys are saying. I took their trauma course. Best money ever spent. Yeah, I bet. I had to take something like that when I worked at the nursing home. We had to do the CPR things and all that shit. But I've always been really good at that stuff because even before that, my dad got hurt. When my dad got hurt, he had every wound you could ever imagine. And when I used to go to the hospital with him, they'd have to teach me how to prep his wounds and things like that, and teach me because he was so crazy and he would do so much that they knew like what I was getting into. So they were trying to teach me everything because they knew what the shit. Like I couldn't tell you. I've watched my dad's legs get melted. I watched him break his legs, both of his legs, in two sections at the same time. So he snapped the top of his leg and the bottom of his leg in one sitting. I've seen everything. I've seen his foot come off. He wound getting his foot and his leg amputated before he died, all the way up to his hip. Like I said, wounds galore, bed sores galore, just all that shit. So I've packed and dealt with enough wounds in my life. Should do a video on knives that go ting. That sucks. You don't drive, but you're getting them back here soon. You'll be good. What happened to your dad when he got hurt? He got hit by a backhoe. So those machines that dig for sewer and water and other things, but they do that a lot. It broke and it hit him and crushed his spine in 21 places and paralyzed him from the nipples down. This is a nice tinger. Ooh. Did that come over the mic? Let's turn it up really quick. Goblin will get you. But what else do I fucking carry? I don't really carry that much. I mean, that's basically it. But yeah, no, with my license, yeah, I can get it back right now. So I just got to go and do it. I've already paid everything. I just got to go in there and take the test, take the eye test, take the written test again or something, whatever the fuck they want me to do. probably a reinstatement fee or something like that. But I've already paid them. Like everything is pretty much done. I just got to go do it. Man, I carry a nutsack sling bag with all the same stuff. Yeah, everybody should have a bag. It's just a go-to bag. Like even like let's say you have everything in your car, right? Let's say everything's in your damn car. Well, let's say something happens, right? And you need to go. You don't want to search your car for all the items and put them in a bag. So it's better to just have everything in a bag ready, right? You can bring the bag with you. You can leave the car, bring the bag with you, right? That's the kind of the way I think of. Like just have everything prepped and ready so you can just grab it and go. At least to the best of your ability, Yeah, I can't wait till I'm back on the road again. Could you do a video or a short on strap maintenance? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I learned the hard way, so to be careful with Olight Mini 2. Put it in my shirt pocket. It set my peacemaker alarm. Damn. Yeah, I've heard of people blazing things on fire with some of those things. You got a heavy foot and wings on your car if you can get to me in 2 hours from there. That's hilarious. Just got a CBM Predator. Nice. That's a good one. Thanks for doing the review. Yeah, no, that's a badass one. That's one of my favorite budget knives and most recommended. Super strong crossbar lock, beautiful blade shape, beautiful ergonomics. The perfect sharpening choil and plunge grind. Like you can't even get better than that. It doesn't exist. That's as good as it gets. Hello, hello, knife people, you fantastic ladies and gents. Yeah, I do carry sometimes a bag with my camera equipment and stuff. Sometimes I try to just carry it in here if I can. I'll open up a spot because I have another container that I carry my camera and everything in, and then I have like things like this. This is where my microphones, where this is a charger for them, so I can be on the go, and it's a nice hard case for them. And then, I have, around, tons of flashlights. So when me and Care take walks, I usually carry, a decent flashlight, especially if it's at nighttime, like the Warrior, or this is the M2R Warrior. But this is bright though. This is like stupid bright, but it's good, and it's got a little, some sharp spots up there if you need to hit anything. But I got some other ones too. And I got a new one, from Olight that's pretty dope. We'll be checking it out here in a couple days. I had a Tri-Flood by Meritech. Put it on turbo and shined it through my shirt. Put 3 holes in the shirt immediately. Those things are no joke. Damn. Want to get a Hinder knife? Which one would you prefer? I prefer the skinny. So I like the sheep's foot skinny. That's probably my favorite one I have. For you might like, I don't know, you might want, I don't know if you've tried all the Hinders, but the half track's dope. The half track's really dope. Supposedly they're coming out with another full track. I don't know if that's true or not, but that'd be dope. But I like the XM18 sheep's foot blade skinny. That's my favorite one right now. It's a little slicier, a little slimmer, not so bricky, and it's a great knife. I just wish they would up their HRC, but that's another story. Your EDC is very different if you have a vehicle or not. Expanded kits where weight don't make much of a difference. Yes, exactly. That's true. Yeah. When you have a vehicle, you're gonna carry certain things in there always, and yeah, you can carry heavier things and more things, and I got to be very minimalist, because I can't carry everything, right? So it's a little bit different, but hey, man, I've had probably 40 different vehicles. So probably more than that. I've probably had over 60 vehicles. So I've had my fair share of EDC in my car. Fuck, man, I've driven everything. I literally drove a bus for like 2 years. Yeah. I'm waiting on some Thai OG scales from my Yojimbo. Hell yeah. It's a good set too, man. They do a good job with their scales. Make sure you're using my links. Do you use all your knives for EDC wear and tear? No, I don't use all my knives. I have too many to use. It's not possible, but I use all the ones. If you just mean like, do I use all my premium knives? I use whatever. Whatever I have on me, I'll use. It doesn't matter what it is. Like my hinders are all used. Now I have hinders that are very lightly used because I, haven't beat them up, but I have some that I've beat up because I carry them more. So, yeah, whatever I'm carrying, I'll use. But I don't carry everything I own. I can't. If I carried everything I own, if I switch knives, it sounds ridiculous when you hear it, but if I swapped knives every day and carried a different knife every day, I wouldn't see the first knife that I carried for like 5 years. Or at least 3 years, probably, maybe 2 to 3 years. So, there's some things you want to carry more than others. Yeah, there you go. Things and stuff and junk and more stuff and other things and more stuff. I'm waiting on my smock scales for my Spidey smock. Very cool. Yeah, the smock's a dope one too. That's one I kind of regret getting rid of. I had one, I got rid of it. I don't know why I did. I think there was something I traded it for, and the thing I traded for, I wanted more or something. My friend just got a new Jack Wolf. He let me hold it, and it is the single most beautiful knife I've ever seen. I offered to buy it off of him. He said 500. I said, never mind. Which one was it? Do you know? Because yes, Jack Wolf knives are absolutely beautiful. They are probably, well, at least as far as right now goes, they're the best slip joints I've ever handled. Just as far as materials and build quality goes. And then that grind, man, it's so sick how deep of a hollow grind those things come with, and just everything. I would love to see that type of grind on like a big folder. I know it's not like probably super practical to put that thin of geometry on a big folder, but I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Going to look into the hinder skinny. Thank you. Yes. I need to add jipping to my smock flipper tab. Why is that? I think my stuff is stuff, and you think my stuff is junk, and you think your stuff is stuff, and I think your stuff is junk. One person's junk is another man's treasure, or your treasure is another man's junk. I've been thinking about scale swapping my Manix to lightweight. What's the best aftermarket scales for the Manix 2? I say the OG scales now. They have different kinds, but this is the one that I'm liking right now. I have titanium scales. I have multiple different scales. I have multiple different Manixes. But right now I'm really liking the lightweight aluminum ones because it keeps it, well, one, it keeps it super lightweight. Like this thing is very, very light, but it makes it feel more durable. And then it's a sandwich construction or a clamshell construction, so it's very comfortable in the hand, much more comfortable. This one's even more comfortable than my titanium one because my titanium one is 2 different scales. So these were the easiest ones I've ever put on, and I like them a lot. Now they'll do probably the same ones in titanium, so if you want titanium, you can get titanium. I'm just saying these aluminum ones keep it super light. So if you care about that, which I usually don't. Usually I don't give a fuck about the weight, but it's nice sometimes. My EMP relative is a pretty deep hollow grind. Yeah, no, they come up with some sick hollow grinds, but the Jack Wolves, they get down like to like 6,000, 7,000 behind the edge, depending on which one it is. Like they'll get down there, like really, really thin, and they're the full hollows. They're not like partial hollows; they're full hollows. So, but yeah, no, the EMP knives do a really good job too. What do you think about the button lock Elementum? I love it. I'm surprised you're asking me that because I talk about it all the time. I've had it probably more videos than any other knife. Because I carried it the other day because it's somebody asked me to, because I was carrying my Serge Panchico, right? $1,000 knife. Okay, it's $1,000 knife. I was carrying my Serge Panchico, and I happened to say, and I also have my Elementum gravity knife. And I said, just in case. Well, then somebody said, what does just in case mean? somebody else commented and said, just in case he actually needs to cut anything, he doesn't want to do a $1,000 knife. And it's like, no, that's not true. It has nothing to do with that. If I need to cut something, I'll cut something with this. But if I need to stab something, right? You guys get where I'm heading to? If I need to stab something, this isn't going to be the most optimal poking tool. You know what I mean? So I brought this just in case. That was the just in case. Anyone have experience with the Devo Growler V2? Yeah. What about it? Serious question about a major debate. Can 14C handle thin, not super thin, but thin geometry on a chopper? Anything will help settle the debate. No. Well, if it's a chopper, you don't want a hollow grind, first of all. You want a V grind or a convex for choppers. But yes, 14C handles hollow grinds or thin geometry really well. That's what it was made for. It was made for like razor blades. So it's made for extremely thin geometry. But in low angle edges. But when you're talking about a chopper, even though the steel's really tough and it does really good with thin geometry, when you start getting the chopping and impact, it doesn't matter how tough the steel is. Geometry is going to be even a bigger part than the steel itself. The steel can only be so tough, right? Well, the geometry is what increases the toughness. So if you have a steel that's super tough and it's this thin, well, guess what? It's going to be twice as tough this thick. So it's just, you want the certain geometry for a chopper. I tried to buy a blue one, but it's sold out in 5 minutes. That's my only experience with it. I fucked up. I didn't grab a drink. Damn it. The gunslinger? Yeah, that's a good one. I got it right over there. Nice deep hollow grind on that one. Canceled my BOA pledge impulse buy 8 inches plus or bust. You canceled it, huh? Well, hell. I mean, hey, if it was an impulse buy and then you second guessed it and didn't want to do it, I get it. Shit happens, but it's a good knife. They are good knives, but yeah, no, they're not. It's not a large knife. It's not a small knife, so it's definitely more on the small, leaning towards large. That's where it's at. It's not medium leaning towards small. It's medium leaning towards large. Also don't want cops taking that $1,000 surge into evidence while I was Oh, you mean if I poke something? Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But I couldn't anyways. That's the thing. If this thing had a spear point blade or something, I'd be cool with it, just by itself. But yeah, no, you don't want them doing that. But also, if you're in that type of situation, that's the last thing you're kind of worried about, How is the V2? I have one coming. Great. All the Growler V2 is even better than the first one. It's a fucking badass knife. It is. They do a good job. They really do. And it's because Kevin is such a nitpicky bastard. That's why. He's such a nitpicky bastard that he won even the first one, not even considering the second ones of any of his models. They're already picked apart so much, and he's so he's so critical on everything that he tries to make everything perfect, which is good. It's good from a designer's point of view. So then the second time around, he said time now to really critique his design. Jared, are you going to review the EDZ from Indiana Knives? I don't know. I don't know what that is. You're talking about from Monterey Bay Knives? Have hit him upside the head with that surge. That's what you'd have to do, yeah. Got the VOSTEED Raccoon. Okay. PM2 CRQT Razel fixed center drive plus and an Olay arc field. That's my perfect work EDC. I strut around town with all the others. Very cool. Yeah, that's a nice little carry right there. Don't trust a New Yorker. They think they have good pizza. They think they have the best pizza, don't they? Yeah, I hate when I hear that because I'm like, have you ever even tried Chicago pizza? Have you ever even tried Now, I'm not saying deep dish because then I would agree. I'm not a big fan of the deep dish either. Some people love it. Some people, you know, I'm not a big fan of it. But we have really good, just regular pizza, hand tossed pizzas or thin crust. Thin crust is something we're really known for, where that crust just melts in your mouth. Just picked up a Migaron Bologna, and it's definitely built pretty damn good. Bought because of your review, and you were right. It's worth the money. Yeah, no, that's a good one too. That's a really good one. Did you get the large one or the, because now they have the smaller one. So they have the large one, the small one, and a premium version of the small one. Pretty dope. That was a good idea. My friend let me borrow his Sebenza for a day so I could see how I liked it. That's a nice knife. It is. You have to like that type of tight action, though, which some people do, some people don't. But it's got the action where, yes, you can flick it, but it's more of a slow rolling knife. You don't want to sit there and keep cranking that knife out, flipping it. The lock bar's not built for that. It's built for the slow roll. So you have to enjoy that, which a lot of people do, including myself. I like a good slow rolling action. Call me old, but I also really like a rapid deployment action. That's my favorite. Is the Sebenza really worth what you pay for it? To some, yes. So for a tool, yes. I'd say for a tool, yes. If you're, it depends on what you're liking knives for, right? If you like fidget factor and also good use and good heat treat and all that stuff, then maybe not, because you're going to have everything but the fidget factor, unless if you really like the slow rolling action fidget factor. But the thumb studs are pokey. So you want to switch thumb studs. That's what I say. I say just switch them to better ones. But they come stock with pokey thumb studs, and then they're in many cases tight out of the box. So, you know, you really can't, I mean, you can flick them if you hammer it out, but a lot of times you have to kind of push it out. And then over time, they'll get smoother and smoother, but they're never just in a drop, right? Like mine is very, very, do I have mine out right now? Mine is very, very smooth. No, I don't. But it's still not going to be like anything on bearings, you know? So, hello, metalheads and a mod squad stuck at work. That sucks. That sucks. Okay, so we're actually, just so you guys know, we might I'm gonna stop this at 9 tonight. I got something to do right after this, and I don't want to be up too late. What is the best sharpening system for blades? What is the best sharpening system for blades for the money? Go down to HAPSTONE. HAPSTONE's probably going to be the best if you're going to spend $200. Now, if you want to spend over $300, I would recommend TS Prof. But as far as HAPSTONEs, or sorry, as far as $200, you can get a KME, right? KME is really cool, but the problem is you're getting a 1x4 stone. HAPSTONE, you get 1x6. So you're right there, it's already superior. Now, the downfall is that you are going to still have to buy stones, though, with the HAPSTONE. So you're going to be in some more money, but you can choose your stones, and that's kind of the beautiful thing. Some systems come with good stones, some don't. But I really like the TS Prof Pioneer. I like the Cadet Pro. I like the HAPSTONE RS. I think that's what it is. And the Work Sharp Professional Sharpener is really good too. What is that one? 250, 250. So it just depends on your price, your budget, right? If you're gonna say 200, I'm gonna say one option. If you say 250, I'm gonna say another one. 300, I'm gonna say a different one. Hey man, I have a lot of $150-ish knives, Canadian. So like $100 for you. Looking to get a weed next. I think I want to make the jump to a premium. What should I look at? I'll tell you exactly what to look at. If you're really serious, I'm going to show you, but you have to be fucking serious because this thing is no joke. And I think that they're going to stick with them. I don't think these are limited, but this is going to be, I'm just telling you guys can believe me or not, but this is probably going to be the best knife of 2023. I'm pretty positive on that. And the reason why I'm positive on it is because I tried it at Blade Show. And at Blade Show, it was the best knife that they had. And that is this guy. This was the best knife I tried out of all the knives at Blade Show. You know, as far as folding production knives go. Bang. The Wien Affairs. You can get it right now for pre-order. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to drop, so I don't know how long that'll be, but this guy right here is badass. Like, it's really, really badass. They have other versions of it, so it's not the only version. The price does change depending on which option you get. But it's sick, man. It is it's the action's insane on this thing. And then, you know, obviously, you know, everything else is going to be badass on it. Now, otherwise, you know, the Nixuzia. The Nixuzia is a good option too. If this is a little bit more your style, the Nixuzia is really, really good. I just did a video on it. You can definitely go and check that out. Nice deep hollow ground blade. You can see mine's got shit all over it because I use it. I told you guys I use the shit. This one's the flame tie. I don't know if there's any more of these ones left. I don't think so, because those are limited. So if you're gonna get that, you got to get that now. Just took apart my Civivi Vision FG. Time to dye the micarta scales. What color do you have that you're going to be dyeing them? How many knives do I have? I don't know, man. I don't know. If I had to guess, like gun to my head, take a guess. I guess probably 800, 600. If I like gun to my head. But I don't know because I give away a lot. Like, I constantly give away knives. Like, I literally, when I thought about it the other day, like, I probably gave over $20,000 in knives last year, probably $30,000 in knives last year. So I don't know. But I have a lot, but I give away a lot, you know, and I send a lot of boxes to people. Like Mike Hemler right now, he's probably got like 2 or 3 boxes of my knives. Uh, you know, and I'm happy to help. So whatever. Neve's opinion on the cold steel taipan. I don't know, but that's a badass snake. I'll tell you that much. That's the most venomous snake in the world is the taipan. It's also called the fierce snake, I think. I haven't seen it. Let me see if I can look it up. Oh, it's like a dagger. Let me show everybody. It is a dagger. It's cool. I mean, it's not really my style. Just because like it looks like something for specifically for poking somebody, you know, which is really cool. But I'm just not sure if it's really my style. And $300, I don't know about that. It's probably made in Taiwan. Guessing it's made in Taiwan and it's VG10 Sanmai. It is not worth $300. I'll tell you that much. But that, you know what though? That's on Cold Steel site, so that's probably way overpriced. They usually do sell them. It's weird how they do that, right? You would think because you know, it's like let's say Blade HQ, right? Blade HQ's got to make their cut. So what Blade HQ gets it cheaper than what Cold's, you know, obviously than what they're selling it for, right? And quite a bit cheaper. They make a good portion. Well, then like reviewers like myself get, you know, an affiliate link. We get little kickbacks. So, you know, they obviously got to, you know, have like a certain amount over the top. But then you go to the site from the company and they'll have it like 30, 40, $50 more than even the dealers have it. It's like, how fucking greedy are you? You already, you sell them over here. Let's say it's a $200 knife and they give them to them for 150, 140, 150 bucks, maybe even like 120 bucks so that the company makes, you know, 60, 80, you know, bucks, whatever, between 50 and 80 bucks, right? So you're already giving it to them for that much, but then you're going to overcharge. And even what they're charging, like, that's just crazy to me. And does anyone here know how to get rid, how to get rid of crossbar lock stick? Yes, dry it off. Normally it gets lock stick from oil. That's normally the case. But yeah, dry it off. If you're really having serious issue, take it apart and take permanent marker, and put it on the lock face. The bar drops behind the lock face. So like say this is the axis lock or the crossbar lock that goes up and down, you know, the bar, the tang of the blade comes back and, it hits the bar, right? That spot where it hits, put marker there. I don't have one here, right here, so I can't. I'm sure I do, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, they are sold out, the flame titanium. Man, they're good though. I mean, gotta get it while it's getting good. They're gonna be out soon. I'm pina colada bones tonight. Likely finger cut. Thank you for the 2 bones from Bones. I do appreciate it. Who don't you give knives to? I give knives to Patreons. I give knives to members. I give knives to people in the community. I give knives to family. I just give knives all the time. Like last month or the giveaway we're just doing right now. It's probably like $1,000 in knives, probably. What did it have? It had a Liang Ma Field Duty, the brand new one. It had 2 VOSTEED Mayhems, and it had an LTK result. So, I don't know, add that up, whatever that is. And that's just one giveaway. Bulk sales, Jared. Yeah, well, that's the kind of the plan eventually. And eventually I'll do a nice big sale, get a car or something. I can testify Kara and Neve sent my Sarah a very fine knife. She loves it, and I brought her close to T9, the hobby club. Yeah, we give away a lot of knives to all kinds of people. We just, um and I don't mind. I like obviously people that just contact me and say, "Hey, give me a knife." I'm not just gonna fucking give you a knife. Like, that's just ridiculous. But like people that I see, constantly and shit, if they, when they sometimes ask for a knife or some knives, of course. And then channels, they ask me all the time, for giveaway stuff or to donate knives to their channels for help or whatever. I do that. And then I also just share my knives. Like, I'm thinking about doing this, guys, just so you guys know. I'm thinking about, let me know what you guys think, for the members, doing a pass around. So, like, if you're a premium member, right? So you'd have to be a Rockstead, right? I know there's not a lot of Rocksteads, but for the Rocksteads, do a pass around where whatever I get in that they want to check out, I'll pass to them and let them check it out. Wouldn't that be cool? Right. So, like, if I have 3, 4, 5 members that are all Rocksteads, they'll just pass knives back and forth to each other, and then when they're done, they send it back to me. Right. They don't get to keep it, but what they get to do is they get to check it out. That's kind of cool. Right. It's just a thought. Jared sent several knives, a key bar, and other items to go for door prizes for the October 4th. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And there's my membership right there. Todd's on top of that shit, man. He knew what I was going to say. He knew it. Thank you, Todd. Jared, we/Civivi website is the same, I'm guessing. It's insensitive to have you go somewhere else, maybe. Less shipping and work for the company. I think theirs is different. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, their stuff's priced higher than like Blade HQ. Artisans I bitched at Artisan about it, and then they changed it. Same thing with KIZER. Because I told KIZER that I wouldn't take an affiliate from them unless if they matched it, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, think about it. Just hear me out. Like, why would I give you guys a link for something that's $20 more, expecting you to use it when you know that it's $20 less over here? That just is stupid, right? So I already knew, like, who's going to use my link for something that's $20 more? Like, that'd just be absurd. So, and they understood, and they changed it. So, companies are smart to just have it be the same price across the board, especially if they have an affiliate link, because then I'm more likely going to use theirs over, another company's if it's a good percentage, you know. I'm going to become a member. All right. Join in. Does anyone put on Knees, Knives, Lives before going to sleep? Sounds strange, but I do it. I do that actually sometimes. Sometimes my own, but other people's too. Just something to listen to in the background, just relaxing, just kind of listen to chit chat. Then one of these days I'm just gonna start screaming into the mic out of nowhere, wake you all up. What about sharpening pass around? You send a knife to one of us newbie sharpeners, and we send it back to you so you can tell us how we did. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that, Dan. Me and Dan did a live sharpening the other day. He did a really good job too. He sharpened up a chef knife, and me and him were talking about maybe even doing another live sharpening together for the members, because that can make it to where somebody who's in the same boat that they are learning how to sharpen, like freehand, he can, be that guy, because he's doing really good, but he's still, at the beginning stages. So it makes it to where you get to ask the questions and you have the same issues everybody has, but yeah. Blade HQ and Knife Center. We prices are a lot less than the we site. Right. Yes. They're a little bit more money. And that's why, I don't usually, if I do link them, I have the other affiliate link there. Any plans to review the KANSEPT Calibre? Techie, I think it's on the way. I think I have it on the way right now. So yes. Just got my CJRB Echo tie scales this week. A bit of button stick and a little light on the detent, but all in all, still love it for the price. My detent was perfect. Now you don't want a strong detent with a front flipper, but my detent personally was perfect. So maybe it just needs to break in a little bit. You said it has a little stick, so that's good. That's a good thing. You want a bit of lock stick, by the way. You want a bit. The reason why is because in a lot of cases, if it comes without any lock stick at all, and I'm not saying that this is always the case, because I have some that came with no lock stick and this didn't happen, but sometimes if a button lock comes and it doesn't have even a hint of lock stick, it's only a matter of time before it starts getting blade rock, because the plunge is not, it's not, sinking in. So it's weak. So having that little bit of stick ensures that you're not going to have any up and down. So it's not a bad thing. That's actually kind of a good thing, as long as it doesn't get really bad. But yeah, hopefully it's just breaking in, because sometimes detents will do that a little bit, because they use a detent from the plunge. It's not like a regular detent ball. If it was a regular detent ball, I'd say, there's nothing that, it's not going to break in anymore. But when it's a plunge, it's literally plunging into a little crevice, right? So sometimes it can work its way into that crevice a little bit more and it'll get more stick. Jared woke me up and scared the hell out of me a few weeks back. Do you have the Petrified Fish Mini Beluga? I feel like I've seen you with the full size. Yes, I have the mini and the full size one. Yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Raging Honors. Don't send that knife to me. Better be a cheap one. I'll destroy it. Still learning to sharpen. Well, obviously, if I sent anybody a knife to sharpen, it would be, I wouldn't care if it got destroyed. I would expect it to get destroyed. I wouldn't expect anything else. Giant Mouse Tribeca G10 on the way. Can't wait till it gets here. Yeah, the Tribeca is a good one, man. I haven't tried the G10 or the micarta one, but I have to imagine it's just as good. I don't know, though, but I know the titanium one is fucking popping. It is so good. My stropping skills are trash. Well, just keep working at it. Keep working at it and understand whatever you're doing wrong. And one thing you're probably doing is you're raising your angle. So when you strop, you'd rather go with a lower angle than a higher angle. And what that means is when you're stropping, so like let's say this is my strop and I strop like this, you want to go with a lower angle than a higher angle. So I don't want to strop like this. I don't want to strop like this. That's way too high. That would roll my edge. I want to go lower. Now with lower, you could not hit the apex, right? But nothing bad will happen. If you raise it, you're for sure going to hit the apex, but bad can happen. You're trying to hit the perfect angle, but you'd rather be low than high. I have the same done on my Carta Tribeca. I love it. Action is super tight and fast. Nice. I'm glad to hear that, because I've been waiting for somebody to tell me. What do you think about the warning banter? I think it's badass. I like it, actually. I I don't have it yet, but I seen it. I think it's cool. He's talking about the baby banter with a warning. I think it almost looks like it should have came like that, doesn't it? It just looks like a great little utility blade. Do you think the QSP 14C28N is any good? Yeah, yeah. The reason why I'm pretty confident in that is because that steel was designed to be done at mass production. So it's not easy, or it's easy for companies to heat treat. That's a steel literally that's why I love it so much, is because it doesn't matter what company it comes from, it's most likely going to be just fine. Because one, the HRC, they're going to be able to hit it, but number two, the most important part is that steel was designed to be heat treated on like a conveyor belt or some shit. So it's designed to heat treat very easily in mass production. The biggest problem with a lot of heat treats between steels is that a lot of those steels were never meant for mass production. They're only meant for small batches. Like literally they were meant for like custom makers and stuff. So if a steel is meant for a custom maker and is meant to be heat treated in small batches, and now you send it to a company and they're fucking doing thousands of them at a time, right? There's no control, right? Then that's where the issues come in. That's why you have some soft, some hard, some shit, some good, right? But with 14C, it's so easy to get right that you don't really have that issue. Stasa 23 is in the house. Shout out to Stasa. Definitely go and give him a follow. I see Ian's in the house too. Holy shit. Is this an old stream? Jared looks 24 again. Thanks, Ian. How do you fix hazy edge look near the tip when using a fixed angle system? Frustrating with the big bellies. So I just did. Oh, you're not a member. I just did bellies on the members live. So you weren't a member, so you missed that. We were talking about how to hit the bellies with a fixed angle system and freehand. I did both. But basically, what you want to do is two things. One, never let the stone go past the tip, or never let the tip of the knife go past the center of the stone. I've talked about this in many videos. You want to make sure your stone goes up to the tip, and then the side of the stone goes barely past the tip, just enough to get the tip, but not enough to like, you don't ever really want to hit the center or go past the center of the stone, because otherwise it'll roll over. Now, as far as following it around a big belly, what you want to do is, let's pretend this is the stone, right? This is the stone. Let's just say this is the knife. So when it's going around like this, it's going to kind of angle like this. Let it angle as it goes around the corner. So it's going to like kind of turn. So what you're going to do is your stone isn't going to go like this. It's going to go like this and then tilt as it goes around the big belly. Let it do that. Let it angle a little bit. Basically, just let it flow. When you're bringing the stone around, whatever that stone wants to do, let it do, but do not let it go past the tip. Hit the tip, and that's it. Because if the tip, like let's say this is the stone and this is the tip, right? I'm going across, stop there. Don't let it go past to here, because otherwise what will happen is it'll go wink and it'll roll your tip. And that will be, it'll take so long to get out. So as you're sharpening, go like this, let the stone flow around, and then right there, stop. You know, but you're going to be like this. But see right there, that would have been bad. So stop right there. I don't even try to let it even hit the center of the stone, but let it flow. Let it flow around. Too bad you didn't make it to that live. That would have been a good one for you. And keep your pressure soft near the tip. And yeah, another thing. Yes, keep pressure soft near the tip, and just period. Like obviously, you know, if you're on your first stone, you kind of add a little bit more pressure, but you really don't want too much pressure, because the diamond should be doing the work, right? Let the diamonds do the work. But as you move up in grit, go lighter and lighter. You don't want to be pushing really hard on your third stone. You really don't want to push hard on any of the stones at all. But like if you're going to put pressure on any one of the stones, it'd be the first one. Other than that, you know, you're trying to get out the scratches, so you're not trying to push in deeper scratches, right? So the first one, you're trying to push in the deepest scratches you can. Every stone after that, you're trying to remove the last stone's scratches and replace it with the new stone. Loving the Echo in stainless. I do too. I think it's awesome in stainless. With how it sounds, want the tie, but am worried it won't sound nearly as good. Anyone have experience with it? I never tried the titanium one, but I really like the steel one. I think the steel one's like perfect. I really do. And I'm sure the titanium one's lighter, probably feels a little bit more premium, but the steel one damn near feels like a titanium one. That's the stone I said. Yes, this is the stone that Bone sent me. It's actually 2 stones. So we have a damn diamond plate. Fucker won't come off. Hold on, let me get a knife. There we go. So we have a diamond plate and then a Arkansas. Looks like an Arkansas hard. Or yeah, hard Arkansas. This says fine 325. It's more like fine 1200. I have the titanium bolster knife center Echo, and it's great. I put a lot into everything. Busy. I have 2 ProTech Malibus that have no lock, stick, or blade play. Good. It's good to hear. I got a ton of knives that I don't have any lock, stick, or blade play on, too. I'm saying, like, when you first get them, like, to have a little tiny bit of stick, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that do have those Malibus that do have blade play because they don't have lock, stick. So, and when I'm saying lock stick, I don't mean like listen, this has a little bit of lock stick. You don't even notice. Like, it's so light, it's just nothing. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's snug. Your plunge is snug. It's just like a lock bar, right? Like a frame lock. My Harsey folder or my Chris Reeves, right? It's snug under there. It doesn't stick, but I can feel it being pushed out. I can feel the pressure of the lock bar under the tang, which is a good thing. 325 is what they said it was, not me. I understand. I know. I'm just saying that it's more like a 1,000, 2,000 grit or something. It's high. It's a high. It's definitely a fine. It's like an ultra fine. It could be slightly war too. I'm Millennium tired. Good night, Jared. Thanks for the advice. Later, Matthew. Thank you for joining. Joining late. When did Kyle design a knife for TKELL? Kyle. Who the I like a little bit of lock stick. That way I know it's engaged. Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And we're not, and both, I know what Stas is saying too. He's not saying like to where you're like angry with the stick or where it's like it's frustrating or it sounds like it's hurting the knife. It's just that little tiny tick. And it just, to me, it just ensures that it's a good lockup. Put it this way. Here's a good way to put it. I've never spine whacked a button lock that had a little hint of stick and it failed. But I've spine whacked a shit ton of them that had 0 stick and they easily failed. So ARPM 9 has been really good to me so far. Yeah, it's good steel. I like ARPM 9. I think it's a solid steel. It's a great, affordable, you call it a mid-grade steel. My Harsey will be here on Monday. Oh yeah, Aaron, I remember you saying that. Good for you, man. Good for you on the awesome score. That's a fucking great knife. It's another slow roller, even though you can flick it, but it's another one of those knives that, you know, it's not built for the action. It's built for the toughness and built for awesomeness, but it does all that very well. Wouldn't have cut yourself if you were playing with the damn fidget toys, just saying, oh shit. Burn. I felt that one in my soul, man. I felt that one in my soul. Forgot his name. My bad. Oh, so the design will be finished and be shipped out on September 1st. So if you want to get one, make sure you pre-order October 1st. because it's basically just you making sure you get one. October 1st, you can pre-order it. Within 30 days, you'll fucking have it. So they're coming fast, very fast. I didn't think they'd be this fast, but isn't that awesome? Don't you guys hate when you guys hear about a knife design and then it's like 6, 8, 10 months later, you're like, you know, where the fuck is this thing? You know, in this case, you heard about it a week ago, and it's already happening. That's what's up, because it's actually been in the works for like a year. Where's Kara? Dead. She spine whack. That's when your knife is dull and it won't cut. So you place it on an object and grab the hammer. Oh shit. But yeah, make sure you guys get on that, because there's going to be 800 pieces at first. We'll probably make more, but the 800 pieces are probably going to go pretty quick, because we have a lot of guys from the Navy SEALs and military guys. They're going to be grabbing some too. They're, you know, really excited about this one coming. So, you know, and then you guys, you know, are a nice big audience. So I'm sure there'll be plenty for you guys to get. So just get in on it, right? Man, this thing is so sick nasty. I know I'm biased because it's my design, but it's so aggressive, and it just has that look to it, you know, where like if you see that, somebody said it great in like another video. Somebody said, I would rather be shot than stabbed 15 times or something like that. And it's kind of true, you know. But and I know when we say 15 over one, you know, it's a big difference. But even just one, like from this, I would rather be shot. I'd rather be shot than have taken this across the arm, because that is going to go all the way down to bone, without even hesitating, without even trying. Like it's going to be so easy that, and I'm glad it's dull right now. Like this is blunt, so it doesn't matter. But if you hit right here and you go down, man, that'd be way worse than a gunshot. Shepherd 214 with the 5 bones. Are Omega springs breaking mostly exclusive to Benchmade, or is it common in all axis locks? I have some SOG and Sativians, and it makes me paranoid. So the majority of the ones I've seen were Benchmade. I'll be honest. I have seen them break from other companies, but not as often. Now the thing is, you don't have to be paranoid. You know why, Shepherd? Because Omega springs are one of the most easiest things to get. They're like $6 for a pair, and most of them are the same size. They have different sizes just in case, so they have like larger ones and smaller ones, but you'll have no problem getting an extra pair. Just grab an extra set and then fidget away. You know, if it breaks, you got a pair. If not, who cares? But they're like $6, and you can also make your own. It's called memory wire. I think it's 22 gauge. Somebody correct me on the gauge, but I think it's 22 gauge or something like that. I could be wrong. 20 gauge? I don't know. It's some sort of gauge, and yeah, and you can just make your own. Notice on the pyrite, the liner goes all the way underneath the blade. All the way underneath the blade, better than some others, but would have gotten aluminum handle. Sound better. Got a pair of 3 stonewashed coming soon. Yeah, the pair of 3 is dope. Somebody was asking me the other day about the what knife was the mini roach, the KIZER mini roach, and they're like, what knife is like, because he said like that's a knife he loves, and he was like wanting to know like what was a good knife that was similar to that. I said the pair of 3. That was the closest thing I could think of. Thank you, Fred. Jared, will the KIZER Omega Springs replace a Benchmade set? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Close. I don't see why not. They look about the exact same size. There might be some little differences, but it's still going to work. They'll probably be better, to be honest. But you can get Benchmade Omega, like literal Benchmade Omega Springs, like easy, like off of Etsy or Amazon. I'm sure I can get you a link right now for Omega Springs. Fuck it. Let's look. Because Benchmade has and they're better actually. That's what's funny about it, is that the it seems like the aftermarket ones are better than here you go. Here's for all Benchmades, or for most Benchmades, and here it has all the names too. Um, Just click the link. I'll put it at the bottom of the chat. Put it in the description too. They seem like they are better than the originals because so I snapped like 2 or 3 sets in a very short period of time too. It didn't even make sense. And they were from Benchmade, but I replaced them with the aftermarket ones. They're still running strong. Maybe something was wrong with the way it was put together. I don't know, but the company put it together because it was mailed into them and they did it. So, Jared, will there be a trainer version of your knife? No, there's not. If we were gonna do that, I don't know. I don't think we could do that. But no, there's not gonna be. That'd be cool though. Maybe I can talk to him. Maybe I'll talk to him about maybe making some G10 versions or something. We might be able to pull that off. I'll talk to him and see if we can't do something like that. Because that would be cool. Because they're gonna come sharp, and you don't want to play around with that. So yeah, I get why you'd want a trainer. I'll see what I can do about that. But no promises. I have made my own using gold memory wire. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, memory wire. Memory wire is the shit. I ordered mine from Etsy, 4 or 5 a pop. The reviewers were all great. Yeah, that's I pay $6 a pair normally. The ones I have right here are $12, but they're from Amazon. So you got to get. I'm sure I can find a cheaper pair though. Here's some for $9. Here's some for $7.99. I'll throw another one up there. So here, this one's $8. I don't know which ones are better, but here's another set. They're all over. That's what I'm saying. You can just buy them. They're so easy. What the heck's going on? Why didn't that send? Huh? Oh, that's weird that one didn't send. Did the other one send? No, it didn't. So it's not letting me put links in the chat, I don't think. It did the one. Reverence with the 5 bones. Can't remember if I used your link or not. So here, thanks again for all the help and education into this great community. Keep up the great work. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. You mentioned about designing a folder. Which company would you love to collab with? Well, I do have something in the works right now. It's been a long time. I got to check in on what's going on with it, but I'd like to do something with React. I'd love to do something with all of them. With We Knife Co. I'd love to do something with We. I'd love to do something with Hogue and Benchmade, but I just don't think that that's possible. I thought about trying to talk to Spider Co. and see what they think, but I just, it's just a lot less likely, right? I have direct communication with like We Knife Co., and Seth, and shit like that. So, I can probably work something out with KIZER, KANSEPT, We Knife Co. But I'm gonna try the USA companies. Hey, me and TKELL did something, so I'm not gonna say it's not possible. So you cut and you learn, son. Kidding. Trainers are actually a great idea for anything rapid deploying. Yes. Now, the one thing you could do is I gave my EXOK trainer to my son. There you go. What you could do is if you know how to sharpen, you could just dull your edge and train with it and then resharpen it. But I know nobody wants to do that, but it is a thing. Just team up with Sativian to make it happen. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. They come out with too many fucking designs already. I gave my I already read that one. So fragrances of the day before we get out of here, because I did want to do story time. I wanted to tell a story about my nephew, but maybe we'll get to it really quick. But fragrances of the day. The fragrance of the day is a fragrance by Alexandria Fragrances, which is a company that makes their own versions of very popular fragrances. Now, here's the thing. Very good oils, high quality fragrance for a very affordable price, super high quality. And what they do is they'll either take a fragrance and make basically their version of a fragrance. And most of all the reviews I've seen said that it smells identical to the real thing, But then what they also do is they take two very popular fragrances and do like a blend. Like this is their version of whatever and whatever mixed together, right? So Game Changer is a version of Creed Avantis and Extract. I forget the name, something like that. And it's really fucking good. It is so good. It's got like a pineapple scent, so it's pineapple-y. I'm actually going to show you the note breakdown of Creed Aventus because that's basically what it is. But I want you to be careful with looking at this because it doesn't smell like what it looks like. So what you see is fruity and sweet. It is not sweet. Okay, so do not think sweet like sweet. It's fruity as in plant, like a pineapple plant. Like if you were going to smell a pineapple in in the plant form, it's leathery, it's woody, it's smoky, it's not tropical. It's not what you think of as tropical, but it is very fresh. It is citrusy. So if you say citrusy is tropical, then maybe. And mossy for sure. It has heavy musk, heavy mossy, lots of wood, good amount of leather, smokiness, and the fruitiness is, like I said, it's one of the most popular men's fragrances on the planet. I don't know if you guys know this, but Creed Aventus is like $350, $400. But this is like $40, 44, between 40 and $60, something like that. I have it linked down in the description. It is absolutely a banger. This is such a good fragrance. I would never buy Creed Aventus because of this, because I have Creed Aventus, a little thing of it, and it smells almost identical. The difference is, and this actually makes it even better, in my opinion, than Creed Aventus. The little tiny, it's subtle, the little differences. Anyways, I also got the Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Now, this one is a version of, let me see if I can, oh, here it is right here. I'll just show it to you. Nope, not that one. Sorry. I'll show you the note breakdown, but it's a version of two fragrances in one, I think, or something like that. Or it's, oh man, I forget the name of it. But this is it: woody, warm, spicy, vanilla, sweet, cinnamon, amber, powdery. It has a tobacco in it. I can definitely smell tobacco in there. So to me, this is a sweet, spicy, tobacco, woody fragrance. Here we see it says it doesn't say it has tobacco in there, but to me it does. It says it has cognac, cinnamon, tonka bean, vanilla, oak, praline, and sandalwood. So lots of woods in there. But to me, man, it definitely has. Yeah, it 100% has tobacco. And it's a good kind of tobacco too. This is a banger. I could not link this one, but you could definitely go and find it. I did link a bunch of other Alexandria fragrances down below, and they kind of tell you what the notes are and stuff. The only other one I have actually a bunch from this company. I got like this little sample package. If I don't drop them all, it's a little sample package of a bunch of different ones, and all of them have been bangers so far. I will say this. Oh, I have two of the same one right here, but they are high quality. I'll say that. Very high quality. But the one I would recommend right now is the Game Time. Game Time. Check out Game Time. If you're a man, Game Time. Just try it out. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. You will like it. I promise you. This is a masculine, great fragrance. This is not a feminine fragrance. No woman is going to wear this. This is a masculine fragrance. Women love it. Even Kara, when I first sprayed it, I had her check it out. I had her check it out against the other one too. She hands down liked this one more. And right away, she was like, yeah, that's really, really good. She's like, I really like that. It's Creed Aventus, like I said, there's a reason why it's a $400 fucking fragrance and it's sold like crazy. But to me, it's like it doesn't even make sense to buy something like that when you have something that's this good, if not better, for a tenth of the price and the same quality. Because I know now the difference in quality as far as notes. because I've smelt so many fragrances. You know, it's kind of like with knives. You don't know the difference between a premium knife and a budget knife, you know, when you don't know knives. But once you know knives, you can see a premium knife a mile away, just like you can see a cheap knife a mile away, right? Well, when you smell a quality fragrance, you can smell it. You can smell that it's not, that it's real oils. You can smell that it's not a bunch of bullshit, that it's not very cheap, very watered down, lots of alcohol, and then also just simulation notes instead of real notes. Anyways, definitely check it out. Damn, it fucking smells good. Jared, have you ever smelled Mustache EDP? I know, but I've heard about it. I've heard about it. I want to try it. I smoke like a chimney. I hate smoking inside. Breeze, I'm 49, or do I remember? The other one that I do have that I also really, really like, but it's a sweeter fragrance. I already talked about it. It's the 1981X, but it's a sweet fragrance. So I think it might be and I don't consider it feminine. It's a man's fragrance, but some guys might smell it and it might be just a little bit too sweet for them. But the game time is not. That is a man's fragrance. In a good way, though. In a good way. What is a coincidence? The food always comes as soon as someone lit up. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Just makes you want to light up to make sure it gets there on time. Rocking the blue edition Chanel currently. Good shit. Yes, the blue edition Chanel is really good. This actually, you know what's funny you said that? This reminded me of like a Blue Edition Chanel meets Creed Aventus, even though it's like 99% Creed Aventus and only like 1% Blue Edition Chanel. It's kind of like that. But they said it's a mix between Aventus and Extract, whatever that is. Mont Block Explorer is a good Aventus clone. The best Aventus clone right now that I can is this one that I've smelt. But the other one would be the Sea Drip Boys from Club Duni. Thanks, Todd. I appreciate it, brother. Love that stuff. I have a tiny of a bit left. Costly too. Oh, you're talking about the Creed Aventus? That dude, you don't have to spy the Creed Aventus, man. Just get Alexandria Game Time. You don't even have to use my link. You could use my link, but you don't have to. You can just go to her site and get the bigger bottles or the smaller bottles. I just recommend getting these bottles. They're like 40, between like 40 and 60 bucks. Some of them are cheaper, but like I said, the oils you're getting are high quality. And like you see, this one's kind of big. This one's bigger, but you can get just a sample like this. You know, you don't have to get a big bottle. Jim, is that codeine we are talking? What are we talking about? EXOK, what the straight Rico is this model? Hey, Jared, would free breeze for my guys? Definitely remember going to restaurants with the smoking section. Oh, I definitely do. Shit, I remember when they stopped it, and I remember how pissed I was. And I remember we used to have to go over the border because Wisconsin didn't do it. So all of Illinois did. And in order for you to smoke at a restaurant, which was unheard of to not smoke in a restaurant, like we only went to restaurants all restaurants you could smoke, every single one of them. They all had a smoking section. So when they took it away, it's like, why would I ever go eat there? I can't even smoke a cigarette. That's what your brain said. Like, I will never go in there because I can't smoke. Like, why would I drink my coffee without a cigarette? Like, that's blasphemy. Nobody fucking that smokes drinks coffee and doesn't smoke a cigarette with their coffee, right? So then we had to start going over the border, driving all the way to Wisconsin just to eat at a restaurant. And then they took it away. The sons of bitches. They actually started first not taking it away. They made closed sections. That's how they started it. Just a closed section. Shitty. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I said I was going to get out of here a little bit early tonight. I do have something to do. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all love and support. Don't forget the knife design will be open for pre-orders October 1st. Spread the message with me. I do appreciate it. thank you guys again for joining me and tonight's live. And like I said, you know, there is the different versions, so you will have the option to choose if you want it sharpened or not on the spine, because some of you people are not going to be able to have double edge, which is fine. It doesn't have to be double edge. You get to choose. So love you guys. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.